Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, could you please switch on your camera so that we can see each other? Rizka, Siska Rima, Salsabila, Disa, Giselle. Yes, Giselle is there. Nurul, Rafi, Akbil, Muhammad Ardafa is there. I can see Muhammad Qayes. Is it Qayes? Muhammad Acep. Okay. Ivan. Hey, Ivan. How are
Hey,
you,
sir.
Ivan?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
You're not well?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I thought you're not well. Okay. I'm so sorry. I heard you're not well. Okay, then good. Well, okay. Aiko, are you there, Aiko? Ivan, can you switch on your camera?
Yes, Mr. Let me prepare for it.
Sabila, Disa, Rizka, Disa, Nurul, Rafi, Aiko, are you there? Okay, then Apri, Khair Nisa cannot be on camera. Rafi is there. Okay, Adinda Jenny, Muhammad, Disa is there. So who's gonna see me after the class? Because we're not gonna be long for today, because our today's topic is not really challenging. It's on calling, making calls or receiving calls or leaving messages. So it's a simple topic today. So who's gonna see me the past I've got on the list
Me,
here?
sir.
Difan, okay?
I'm
Difan
the
and
first.
yeah,
I'm
Difan
the first
Acep.
one.
Zalfa and Dinda.
Yes.
Where is Zalfa? Zalfa is not here? Not here yet, huh? Dinda? Dinda, not Adinda. Dinda, who? I don't know. Zalfa and Dinda. It's not here yet. Firda and Tio. Firda and Tio. Tio Mutiara. Not here too. Giselle and Ardafa. Giselle?
I'm here, sir.
Giselle and Ardafa. Muhammad Ardafa, okay?
Yeah,
That's your partner. Rizka Sofatun and Adinda Jenny. Are Jenny here? Rizka Sofatun? Are you there? Okay, so yes. You're gonna be on the fifth pair. Disa, Khairina,
Yes, sir.
and Rafi. Okay, so you're gonna see me after 4 o'clock, and we're not gonna be long this time. So 30 minutes will be just enough for us to discuss our topics, our today's topic. Today's topic is on making calls, receiving calls, and also perhaps leaving messages, or taking messages from others by the phone, of course. So calling by phone or receiving calls by phone, I think we are quite familiar with that. We might don't have any much problem on that. Okay. The only thing is that this is English. We're going to use English as our ways of communication, and also the setting is in business situation. So you might want to make calls while you are in the office. Perhaps you are somebody who is responsible for making calls, or you are somebody who are responsible for receiving calls in a business context, business situation. Perhaps formal, perhaps, okay, but it depends, always depends. So do you think before making calls or receiving calls, do you need to prepare something for that? If you're in a business situation, if you're in the office, perhaps, do you think we need to prepare something for that?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. Maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, if okay, making calls. If you are expecting calls from somebody into your office, do you think you need to prepare at least who's gonna calling you and where is he from, which company, or any special needs or topics to discuss? Do you think you need to prepare that, or you just just ignore everything and just sit there waiting for the calls?
I think we need prepare.
We need to prepare.
Yeah, I think well, it's always good, and I think the best for us to get well prepared before making calls or accepting or receiving calls, especially when you are in the office. Anyone is here working in any institution out there? Nobody? In Diploma 3, I see there are some of them are working as a secretary or something. Any one of you is working as secretary of any I don't know, office? No? Not now, huh? Not now, but perhaps in next time, perhaps. Okay. So if you are making calls to somebody, or you are receiving calls from somebody who is still in Indonesia, there might be no problems. But if you are calling somebody who is in another country, let's say, for example, in America, somebody in United States, you need to be very particular with timing, because there is a the time gap between Jakarta and, let's say, America. It's how long? It's 10 years? 10 hours? Is that right? Anyone has any idea on that?
10 years.
10 years. Anyone has any idea? Ifan, do you have any idea on that? The time gap between Jakarta and United States? I think 10 hours, huh? Perhaps 11 hours or 10 hours, something like that. And that might be a problem if you don't really pay attention on that. Let's say, for example, like this time, it's 4:30 here. Let's say 3:30 here. So if 3:30 in Jakarta, what time is in United States? If it is 10 hours, so
Sir.
yeah.
Jakarta is 11 hours ahead of Washington,
Yeah.
D.C., USA.
Ahead or after?
11 hours
ahead.
ahead.
I mean, before 11, huh? Let's say, so 11, if now, let's say now is 3:30, what time is in Jakarta, in United States? 11, 4, 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, and then 12, 1 in the morning. Is that right? 1 in the morning, right?
Perhaps.
1 a.m.
So.
You can imagine if you are not really particular on the, if you are not concerned with this information. Suddenly you call somebody in the United States, you think that now it's still in the afternoon, and you're, hey man, what's up, man? And they are 1 a.m. in the morning. They might be sleeping, and you don't realize that. So it's the problem. Okay, so let me just share screen over here. Okay, let's go to the first one. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. So we're gonna do something on this for today. So just making and receiving phone calls, taking and leaving messages, asking or giving a repetition. There, what I mean here. Look at the cartoon here. Look at the cartoon. What do you imagine they're saying? Say what the problems are and how problems like this can be avoided. You see, there are two guys here. One is in New York and another in Tokyo. Who is calling, do you think?
Yang New York.
New York.
In New York, okay.
New York.
And it's still like 11. What time is it? 11 in the morning, okay?
Yes.
It's 11 a.m. over here in United States. But in Tokyo at that time in Tokyo, what time is it?
2
p.m.
2
Okay.
a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah, because it's like
2 a.m.
very early in the morning or very late at night. So it's like 2 a.m. Okay, 2 a.m. in Tokyo and 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so it's, you see that the gap here is very like the person in New York is smiling and look very fresh because, you know, it's morning time. I mean, morning time, like almost afternoon, but here is early in the morning, 2 a.m. She just waking up from sleeping and receiving the call. So it's this, you see the problem here. What's going on here? What's the problem, do you think?
I think it's different time.
Yeah, different times, and that might give you problems in you know, in communication, because you know, somebody there is just waking up from sleep, and perhaps he's not ready to pick up the call, pick up the phone, you know. And then so I mean, we need to consider this when you are calling somebody overseas. Okay, anyway, so we go to the next. So over here, let's say you are you want to make calls, you want to make a calls, or you want to receive a calls, and you are working in the office or some in any institution. So there are some points here. Points number one, let me write over here first. This is number one, number two, number three, number four, okay, number five, and number six over here. Number one, do not try to guess what the other person will say. What do you think of this? Do not try to guess what the other person will say. Do you think is it always good to trying to guess what other person will say? I mean, predicting.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Maybe sometimes it will be somewhat disrespectful.
Okay. All right. Okay. But to get prepared for that, at least you perhaps you might want to prepare what they're gonna ask, or what they're gonna know. So you might want to guess, and you get prepared. Well, what about that? I mean, predicting what's gonna be discussed in the call. Is that okay?
I think if we predict it to ourselves, I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have to speak it out loud to the other person that
Oh yeah, of
we're
course,
assuming
of course
this
not,
thing.
of course not. I mean, the point here to get ready to be well prepared. If he's asking about this, I've got the answers. If you want to know this, I got all the information available with me. I think. What do you think? I think it's good, right?
Well, yeah, it's good.
Okay. Go to number two. Think about your objectives from the call. The purpose of your calling. Do you think you need to be sure on what the purpose of your calling? Yes, anyone? You think you need to be sure on the purpose of your calling? I think yes, right?
Yes.
I mean, before making calls, of course, you have to be sure what's the purpose of your calling that person, right? All right. If someone calls and you are not ready for them, ask them to call back later. I think it's okay, right? What do you think? If someone calls and you are not ready for them, I'm not ready because perhaps you are busy with so many other things, and perhaps you forget perhaps that you've got the appointment, somebody will call you, then you apologize and ask them to call back later.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I mean, if you could do that, I think it will be nice. I mean, sometimes we need to just be honest, you know, to somebody that you are not really ready. Perhaps to compensate for that, perhaps in the next, you are not asking him to call back. Perhaps you are the one who will call him back. I think that will be nice, right? If you offering that kind of a way to compensate for perhaps your failure to pick up the phone. And number 4, desk preparation. Prepare the desk, paper, pen, any relevant documentation, computer files. I think this is okay, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, check recent correspondence, know the situation. Yes, of course. I think you need to do this.
Sir,
Have your, yes.
I'm sorry. What was the definition of correspondence?
Oh, sorry. Yes, correspondence is like well, this is a very old-fashioned word. Correspondence is like exchanging messages through mails, letters. Okay, but nowadays I think people don't really use letters. Perhaps emails, perhaps the social media, like I don't know, perhaps Twitter or perhaps WhatsApp or any other media to get to know each other. That's correspondence.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, then, yeah. Okay, then I'll be playing an audio and try to get the message from somebody is telling you any suggestions what to do before making any calls or receiving any calls. Let me go to the audio files over here. Share sound. Okay, where are we? There you go. Hold on, I'm still playing the audio.
Module 2, using the telephone.
Unit 3, Part 1.
Are you listening to that? Is that clear enough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yeah,
just pay
yeah.
attention to what she's explaining on suggestion
All right.
what to do before making calls or receiving calls.
Exercise 2. Page 24. Listen to Claire Macy suggesting ways to prepare for telephone calls. Check off the suggestions she makes.
Well, if I'm making a call, prediction is one thing. I have to try to guess what the other person might say or ask. I think a lot of it is subconscious, really. It's a
So what is the first point that she's making?
Suggestion.
Suggestion.
Yes, suggestion. What is her first suggestion? What is her first point? So let me repeat then, okay?
call. Prediction is one.
Check off the suggestions she makes.
Okay.
Well, if I'm making a call, prediction is one thing.
So if I'm making a call, prediction is
Prediction is one thing.
okay.
One thing.
Prediction is one thing, and then she says,
I have to try to guess what the other person might say.
I have to make
Yes.
a guess.
Make
Okay.
Make a guess.
Guess.
Yeah. What other person might say? Yeah, I think it's always good to get ready for any questions or any points that the caller might raise in the conversation. Okay, just get ready for that. We predict.
Or ask. I think a lot of it is subconscious, really. It's a subconscious preparation. But there are more conscious things, too. Like getting together any information I need.
Getting what? Getting information.
Getting together information.
Information.
Getting together
what
all
I need.
information that I need. Okay, that you need. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that you need to get all the information that you might need so that you can be more well prepared. And then
Having the right file nearby.
having
The right file.
The right file nearby.
The right file.
Yeah, the right file nearby. So you need if you need some files, you know,
My calendar, note paper, a pen,
okay, calendar, paper, and pen.
and also I might need some particular stuff on the computer screen. All that, what you call desk preparation, is important.
Okay, what do you call all those type of preparation? Preparing for the notes, for the papers, for the files on the computer screen. What do you call it?
Desk preparation.
Preparation.
Desk
So,
preparation.
Desk
yes,
preparation.
desk preparation. I think is quite what do you call important, you know, because you're gonna need that very much while you are receiving calls or making calls.
Then in addition, there's specific things like checking recent correspondence, knowing exactly what's going on, knowing what we ought to be doing, so understanding the situation or the relationship.
Okay, understanding the situation and also checking the correspondence, like checking the emails, messages, and everything, you know.
Then finally, I would say that part of the preparation needs to be, if you're making the call, you have to think about your objectives, what you want from the call, what you may need to ask or need to say.
Okay, so what others need to make sure when you make a call or receive
The objective.
the objective, the purpose of your calling. Of course, I think it's quite. I mean, it's quite common sense, you know, to be sure on what purpose we are having before making calls, the purpose or the objectives. Okay, make sure we know what we need.
All that should be clear in your mind. So, in conclusion, I'd stress that it's terrible if you're not prepared. It sounds unprofessional and it wastes a lot of time, too.
Yes. Okay. So what happens if you don't make enough preparation? If you are not well prepared?
Not professional.
Yeah.
Professional.
We will sound not professional, and also it's like a waste of time. You know, you should have done something else which are quite more beneficial rather than, you know, spending times with no purpose, right? Okay, I think it's quite clear. Let me just stop screen over here. And okay, so let's go yet again. Okay, you can check later on in your okay, this is just some explanations over here. You can learn by yourself later on. So these are just some example what you're gonna do, or what should you do if you got some problems. So for example, if you are a purchasing manager and you receive incomplete delivery, what I mean, what things you need to do. For example, you might want to tell the supplier that delivery is incomplete, then arrange to get the rest of the delivery sent as soon as possible. I think it's quite common, right? Or probably you want to complain about the poor service. There are some example on the situation you can just read by yourself. I think there's nothing to worry about this. And there you go with the receiving calls. You see, like when you receive calls, also look at the cartoon here. Do you see the cartoon here?
Yeah.
Yes, Mister.
Okay.
Yes.
Say what problem is. Oh, I think can you see any problem with that? What is your first impression by looking at this cartoon? What do you think is the problem?
He's nervous.
Nervous. Okay. What is your first impression? My first impression when I see the cartoon is like he got a complaint and somebody might yell at him. but it's not. And when you listen to the audio, it's not something like that. So let us listen to the audio then. Okay, let me share another screen over here. I think it should be this one.
Unit 3, Part 2, Exercise 1. Page 25. Look at the cartoon as you listen to the recording. What is the problem here, and how could it be avoided?
Mr. Who? Oh, yes, about the, what was it? Oh, yes, the contract. You want to know what I think? Did you write to me last week? It was you, wasn't it? Or was it that other company in Geneva?
So, what do you think is the problem over there? Yes, everyone?
He's forget about the contract.
Yeah, I mean, not only the contract, he forget everything. He's not, well, he's not ready to pick up the phone. He's not ready to pick up the calls, but he's forcing himself to pick up the phone. And there you go. The problem is starting from there, you know. I think, what do you suggest for him to do at that particular situation? Perhaps the situation is this, you know, you are busy working anything else, and you forget that you are supposed to receive call from somebody, you know, and then suddenly the person call you, and what do you suggest for him to do instead of going on with all these, you know, doesn't know anything, you know, just
Ask the caller who is this, and then after know who is the caller, he might say, wait a minute, and get a desk preparation.
yeah. Do you think is it okay just to say to him that could you please call me back later, like that, just to let yourself prepare, right? I think, is it okay with that? Do you think?
Yeah.
Class,
Nothing is
yeah, go on, Dinda. You want to say? Acep, you want to say something?
no, Mr.
What do you think? And any more suggestion? One of the suggestions from Difan is just you know, to let some time for you to get ready with particular information from the callers, and you might tell him to call you back in a few moments. Let's say 30 minutes, you know, half an hour, or I don't know, just to let you get ready with the calls. Any other suggestion, perhaps? No? No more suggestion.
Maybe if
Yes.
he is
Yes.
busy,
Mhm.
he can tell the caller that he will call back.
Mhm. Yes, that suggestion, okay. I think you might just go with that suggestion. I think that's quite okay with that, okay. Unless you have some other suggestion, perhaps. No other suggestions? If not, then we can continue with our slides then, okay? Okay, then
Okay.
let's just continue. Okay, so where are we? Okay, let's just continue over here. Hold on for a while. Okay, so now, do you see on the screen over here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
What's on the screen?
Phone memo.
Okay.
Phone memo.
It's a phone memo. If you're working as a not always as a secretary, but perhaps somebody who is responsible to receive calls or to make calls, you might want to have all these phone memo available with you all the time, you know. And you've got to, if you are if you get some call from somebody, then you need to fill up the forms. So like here, for example, so to here, what you're gonna fill up here? Two. what information you're gonna put here from the caller? Yes, anyone? What you gonna write here as you are listening to?
Caller wants to meet the manager.
Oh, yeah, two here, meaning that somebody whom the speaker want to talk to, right? So you need to write the names here to somebody in your office that the speaker want to see. How about from? From?
The
caller's name, okay? The caller's name, put the caller's name here. And off. From is the caller's name. Off.
The receiver. The receiver.
The receiver. Oh, well,
The
not
officer.
exactly. Come again?
Is it the office? The office.
The office. The office of whom? The caller's office? Or your office?
Yes, the caller office.
Yeah, the caller's
No, the caller office.
office or company or institution or university, perhaps, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, from the caller's institution, the caller's company, the caller's, I don't know, place, you know, somewhere, you know. And then here, what you're going to put here? Of course, the message, okay? You write number 1 was the message, okay? The message from the caller to the person he or she is calling, okay? And then do you need to tell to the person she or he needs to call, whether to call back or return the call and all that, okay? You can just put the checklist over here, just down here. There are some choices here. Okay, now let me share another audio file and try to pay attention to the audio file and put some information in the memo. To whom, from whom, and from which company or from which place. What's the message, and is there any other message that she needs you to inform to the person in your office? Okay, let me share another screen then. Share something. I hope this is the right one.
Unit 3, Part 2, Exercise 2, page 26. Listen to another extract from Claire Macy's talk.
No, not this
Check
one.
off.
Let me try this, number 6.
Unit 3, Part 3, Exercise 1, page 26. Calls A and B.
Okay, this one I think.
Listen to the recordings and complete the information on the message pads. Call A.
Hello, Media Publishing. Good morning.
Oh, hello. My name's Gerda Hönes from Frankfurt. I'd like to speak to Mr. Stefan Pavlov, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Pavlov isn't here at the moment. Could I have your name again, please?
Yes, Gerda Hönes. That's Gerda, Gerda, and Hönes spelled Hoeness.
Yes, Miss Hönes from Frankfurt?
That's right. Could you ask him to call me when he has a moment?
Yes, I'll ask him to do that. Does he have your number?
Yes, I think so. But in any case, it's 4969754522.
I'll repeat that. 4969754522.
Correct.
Okay. Thanks for calling. Mr. Pavlov will call you later today.
Oh, that's very good. Many thanks.
Okay, so do you still remember to whom it's the caller wants to talk?
Mr. Pavlov.
Mr. Pavlov, okay. I think the complete name, I also forget the complete name, but it's Mr. Pavlov, okay. And what's the caller's name? It's a bit strange name. Huh?
Gerda Hornes?
Yeah.
Gerda Hernes.
It sounds like a Dutch name. You think? I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
or
Yes.
German name. German or Dutch? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Frankfurt. Well, Frankfurt is German, right? I think it's German.
Yes,
Yeah.
German.
It's the German names. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from which company? Did she tell you from which company she's from? No company. Just city. Okay. Just the name of city, Frankfurt. Okay then. So what's the message?
You want to talk with Mr. Pablo?
Oh yes, of course. She wants to talk. She wants to talk to him.
Call back.
Yeah, I mean she's asking him to call her back. I mean, tell to Mr. Pavlov to call me back when he has time. I think that's the message. Okay. All right then. So, there is another what do you call another audio file to listen to, but I think we are running out of time. It's already 4 o'clock right now. So let me just try to stop share screen over here. And let me just share another one. We go back to this one. Okay, and we go to the last one. This is our last topic for today. This one, okay? So this is as usual. This is the one, this is the chart that you might want to use for your next practices. Oh, I'm going to this one again. Hold on for a while. Okay, so this is just the sample for you. Okay, so this one. So this is the chart that you might want to learn with your partner while you are doing the practices on calling and receiving call, making calls and receiving calls. Okay, so first of all, you need to introduce yourself, and the person over there would say good morning, or and then you tell her, you tell him that you're gonna speak to somebody over there, and the flow charts goes as you can see over here, and this might be. So this is the what do you call the script that you might want to learn with your partner later on. That there is nothing special on this. So I just, as usual, I would just ask you to be more concerned with the linking sound over here. Like for example, could I speak? Could I speak to Mr. Conrad Bird? Yeah, could I? And here also, Mr. Bird is not in. He's not in. He's not in. He is not in. He's not in. Not in. Not in. Okay. So you might want to practice this with your partner later on. So can anyone say something like, "I'm sorry, he's not in at the moment." I'm sorry, he's not in at the moment. Not in at the moment. Can anyone try this one to say for me, just to practice at least this one?
I'm sorry, it's not in at the moment.
Great. Anyone else, please? I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment. He's not in at the moment. He's not in at the moment. I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment. Anyone else, please?
I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment.
Great. Tell me your name, and then you continue with your practice. Can you repeat again? Who's the one?
Tio Mutiara Yasmin.
Oh, Tio. Okay. Because I'm not seeing you on the screen. I'm just looking at the script over here. So mention your name and then go on with your practice. Okay. Next, after Tio, this one. Again. Come on, everyone. Anyone? Achep, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try. Achep, I'm sorry, she's not in at the moment.
Okay, sir. I'm sorry, but Mr. Bird is not in at the moment.
Okay, you might want to just change by he here. He's not in at the moment. Just change Mr. Verb with he. He's not in at the moment. I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment. Okay, try again.
Okay. I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment.
Great. Okay. Dinda, Firda, are you there? Dinda? Not there yet.
I
Firda?
think no. I think
Giselle?
not.
Giselle?
Yes, sir.
Right.
I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment.
He's not in at the moment. Okay. Ardafa? Not there. Rizka?
I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment.
Great. Adinda? Jenny?
I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment.
Great. Disa? Khairina?
I'm sorry, but he's not in at the moment.
Great. Rafi?
I'm sorry, but he is not in at the moment.
Great. Okay then, class. I think so. We are running out of time. I'm very sorry. I think I need to get done with our class today. So so basically, all the files are there. The audio files are already put in the portal web, and also you might want to do some practices. You might want to make it short, no problem. And for sure, you need to change the names. No more Golis company here. No more Lara Camden. Okay, it must be your names. Did you get the points?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Change Mr. Bird with anyone else. Okay, so you need to change everything here, and you might want to make it short. No problem. So this topic is gonna be the next video calling session. The topic is gonna be this one for the next video callings. Then, is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, then. So
sir.
I think that's for today. If there is no any.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Okay. Julio, go.
Yes. I'm sorry, sir. I just want to explain that if my partner cannot join this class today because my partner not healthy.
Oh, okay.
What about that, sir? But she told me she have text to you. Do you receive it,
I
sir?
got it. Livia. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
she's not joined today.
no problem. So those who cannot do today, so they need to get a replacement from other pair. So just like
Okay,
that.
sir.
Okay. All right then. Okay. I think
Okay,
that's all
sir.
for today. Thank you very much, everyone. So I'll see you in video calling then. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay,
Very
sir.
good afternoon, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. See you.
Done.